winners, losers, pushes and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.
Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful college football Saturday. I've got myself, Booner Best, Woodward Best. We're back here for another Saturday, and on the desk with me for the first 10 minutes, we've got Lucas Colossus.
Booner, it's a beautiful day out today.
It is.
It just feels like a college football day.
It does. It's just football in general, that it's back, and that we're able to just bet money and gamble on college football is one of the best things of all time.
There's a couple good games today too.
And yeah, and
good slate.
Quietly, yeah. The week 2 slate is unbelievable.
Couple good quarterback matchups too.
Yes, huge matchup tonight, Texas, Alabama.
I can't wait for that game.
We can go around the room here in a little bit. We're going to be joined by who usually will be the co-host on Saturdays, Jeff Hollywood Iafredi. He is running a little late. I think he was signing an autograph somewhere. I don't know.
Probably.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
I think he had an autograph sign. He's probably listening right now. Mad that I said that, but I love you, Jeff. I hope you get here soon. I can't wait to talk college football with you. But right now, while we're waiting for Jeff, we've got Parker, not Meadows, Rittenhouse there in the booth. And then we've got the Woodward Night Sound guy,
the dog,
Nick.
Let's go.
Nick, you've been grinding that audio booth
yeah,
lately,
for
man.
real. This is it's been a ride, but I'm ready to ride out some of these bets with you boys today as we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
you've been killing it though, man.
With the slate that we have today, it's kind of interesting to me. I'm actually what I'm interested to see. I want to see what other people have to think about this slate, and as well as kind of the chat here, people watching. I want to see where everyone's mind's at, because being with the college football slate, it was weird because week 1 we had like one big game, LSU, Florida or Florida State. And now this week we have more games. We have a bigger slate. We have better teams, better games. All of these games outside of Texas, Alabama, to me, I could watch every single one of these games.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many matchups where it's like you could see either way, because there's still all of these teams are unproven.
Yes.
Week 1 in college football, it's not going to tell you really anything that much outside of the Florida State LSU game last week. I don't think you really got any clear decisions outside of Alabama's still legit, Ohio State, my Bucks. They didn't look too good.
They look
so
bad.
They look questionable. But outside of that, there's nothing you could really pull out of there. So this week, I think we can really get stuff as far as, is this team legit? Is their offense legit? Is their defense legit? Do the coaches have these guys' game plan? That's what I think you start to figure out week 2, week 3.
That's why, too, it's really hard, at least in college. In NFL, to me, it's easy to, you can bet on week 1 and you know kind of what to expect. It's a little rusty. But with college football, betting weeks 1 to 2, you could get down like 5-10 units like that in a couple weeks, and then you're always having to climb your way back. It was like last week. My best bets last week, if you guys followed them, 1 and 2, and it was like
You're bouncing back though.
Oh, 100%. And I was so confident in those 3 bets, and then it's 1 and 2. But it's just because you just don't know what you're gonna get. You have new recruits, and especially with the portal coming in and out right now, it'll take until week 2, week 3. I think after today, I think I'm gonna get a good grasp on kind of how I'm feeling. Obviously, we can look at the Vegas lines. We can look at the movements of the lines. We can look at all of that all we want, where the public money's at. But there's still, like, no one knows. But let's recap last week a little bit here before we kind of get into things.
Polarizing week of college football. Very polarizing.
Very. And the very first game I want to talk about, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, Colorado. I think almost all of us had Colorado plus 21 last week. I don't know if anyone took it money line. Easy texted me and got it at plus 700 money line. But Shador Sanders, Colorado, Travis Hunter.
I didn't think they were going to win. I'll go out there and I'm happy that I was proved wrong.
Oh, 100%.
I think Deion proved a lot of people wrong, and it rubbed a couple of people the wrong way. But for people like me that just love watching football and seeing guys go out there and just do their job, it was a great matchup, and it was a great coaching job by Deion.
It was. And Travis Hunter, this is a one here. If you're in the chat watching right now, I believe that Travis Hunter is going to have a chance to win the Heisman Trophy over Shador.
See, that's where.
And I know everyone's on Shador.
Oh, Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Travis, but it'd be really tough, man. he cannot have the workload that he had last week consistently over the season. Now, I'm not
He's
saying that would take him out of it,
different, though.
because he is different. When he's on the field, he's going to be effective. But it just comes down to, is Colorado going to be able to put a winning type of team where he can have that status constantly compared to the Drake Mays out there, the Caleb Williams, and even like the Jalen Milroe that we watched last week. So it's going to be really tough for him to compete.
Jack
like
Harrington
that.
in the chat, Colorado meat riding. I don't think anyone's like really riding Colorado. This is just one of the biggest stories in college football in a long, long time.
I
is
agree,
Deion
like,
Sanders, already big name, taking over a team like this?
Because the people that are on the fringe about college football, especially with the whole transfer portal and just the way that it's going, this is something that's kind of bring their attention back in.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, just from last week, I don't think there's been more buzz around college football since Johnny Manziel.
No.
After last week, I think
Deion's like that next storyline.
I do. I 100% think that if Colorado being good is the best thing for college football right now, because you already know that Caleb Williams is the best player, but is USC really winning the Natty? I don't think anyone's buying into that. Like, genuinely, I don't think you can after watch Caleb Williams stud roster. Yeah.
Quick stat though, I saw this on a different show. I cannot remember where I saw this. The Pac-12 right now. There was the first time since 1980 that a conference went 13-0 in week
Oregon
1.
laid 81. Bo Nix looked. He looks like he could potentially be living up to the Heisman candidate.
The fact that this might be the last year of the Pac-12 and they opened the season up 13-0, and that's the first time since the 80s that something like that has happened, is absolutely, it is incredible. They have quarterback after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback in that conference right now, and to add on the Colorado storyline with it is insane. We were sitting in the room over here when Colorado, at the end of the Colorado game when Michigan ended, we went to stream last week. We were sitting over there, and I looked at Lucas, and I looked at Travis Hunter's Heisman odds. 1,000 to 1, $10 to win $1,000. I looked at it yesterday. I put the $10 on it, by the way, because
you lock it in, just like you do with your 1 to 1,000 Amon-Ra St. Brown.
100 to 1.
100 to 1. My fault.
But think about if he does kind of get the production he did this last week, and he gets that consistently, and they win 8 games, he's going to be in New York. And then I looked at it today, 500 to 1, and it completely cut in half. And if he has a showing out today, I'm telling you guys, go right now and put that Travis Hunter Heisman one in now at 500 to 1. Because if he gets a touchdown today and an interception, he's going to be a top 10 favorite in the Heisman today.
Booner, after that absolute lock of first half, the spread for Michigan, I took those winnings, and after what Travis Hunter did, I got it at the same number, and I put 20 on it as well to win the $2,000. So I am riding with you on this Travis Hunter Heisman train. If he stays healthy, he has it.
We've never seen this before.
No, and that's what's going to help carry it, because it's going to be really hard for him to actually produce at the wide receiver and cornerback position for 12 weeks. But the fact that this is so unheard of, like the last time we've seen it, honestly, because people bring up like Percy Harvin, it's like, no, that dude wasn't locking down guys on the outside. It was probably like Champ Bailey back in Georgia, because Champ Bailey, Hall of Fame corner, he had and he was still locking dudes down in college. Obviously, he had 700 yards on offense, but he wasn't playing the snaps like that.
And so, think about this exactly. And Flannel said it on Monday after on the morning show. And look at Jeff Ifredi's walked in the building, everyone. Jeff Ifredi. Once we come back from the next commercial, we'll switch the boys out. All right, yeah. Do you want to do that?
No, have him come up.
No.
All right, boys. But Flannel said it is that, let's see, Spenny, that we've never seen someone like Travis Hunter. We saw Jabril Peppers, but Jabril Peppers didn't. He was a special teams guy. He had a couple catches. He didn't go out there and have 100 yards in a game. If Travis Hunter does this every game and goes for 100 yards, 60 yards, 70 yards, touchdown, interceptions, we've never seen. When was the last time that we genuinely saw someone consistently play like that on both sides of the ball? We just have not.
Haven't.
And if you do that right away, the Heisman, I mean, we were talking about what is the Heisman, the most valuable player in the country to a team, right? Or I guess we could really dig deep into it because they do have that definition. That is exactly what the definition of the Heisman Trophy is, though, is what Travis Hunter is doing right now.
Who's more valuable, though? That's when you got to raise the question to be the same thing that's kind of working against him, because if people are all in on Colorado, to your point earlier, you could also say who's more valuable, Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders? And that's where those other guys around the country, they don't really
tough.
have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What are you gonna say? Caleb Williams is the most valuable? No, you're not saying that. Drake May not the most valuable? No. Jalen Milroe? Because that man's going to be a dog.
Yeah,
Jalen Milroe is going to be a dog.
Jalen's nice. I like Jalen Milroe.
He's
By the way, your point about Travis Hunter, you know what's crazy too, and Sherm brought this up on Undisputed. Look at all-time great corners. A lot of those guys played a little bit of offense too.
But did they go out and get 100 yards and probably should have had a touchdown catch?
Well, I'm not comparing directly, but still, you look at some of the great corners, man.
Oh, yeah.
People tell me, or at least, Keyshawn would say this, but corner's harder to play than wide receiver.
Is it?
And if you could play both, that's impressive. Travis Hunter's a dog, man. He really is.
He is, and I do want to, now that Jeff's here, I kind of want to go around the room real quick about one of the games last week that I think I was the only one to pick the winner of.
What?
I think everyone in this room here had LSU to beat Florida State.
Yep.
Besides the one and only Booner, who doesn't lose.
And did you
they
hold
look
on? And I
good,
want to
too.
address you because I heard you talking.
I took Colorado plus 21.
Stop it.
Go check the
Stop
film.
it.
Go check
We
the film.
talked about it last week.
Go check the film.
I heard crickets when I said that.
No, did you say they were going to win?
I said, I'm like, they're not gonna lose by, what was it, 20 and a half?
I
said they'll keep it close. They have to.
We'll
Crickets.
go back. If someone in the chat even
Crickets.
wants to go back real quick and go watch that segment and let us know. But I'm 100% sure because I'll show you my bet slip of me having Colorado plus 21.
You took some of Jeff's advice.
I
That's
didn't
big
take
time.
Jeff's advice. What I say on this show, any pick that I say on this show, I will have a bet slip of it.
Okay.
I always,
right.
love
Lucas,
to gamble.
Is that true?
I can't speak on Booner's part, but I will admit,
What do you
I
think?
was fading Dion in the spread. I thought they were going to have a hard time
Which is a
up
lot of
front.
people were. That's
Yeah.
fair.
No,
But
yeah,
I'll
no.
openly admit that
I
I
mean,
was wrong
21
there.
points is a lot, and if you just like
And
that,
TCU, they're new quarterback.
Everything was
dude,
new.
they lost half their fucking team.
but
I know you were saying that there's another egregious spread today that you want to get into. We'll do it later,
Well,
but
there's a couple-
Booner's calling one out.
there's a couple. But Florida State last week, I was the only one here that called that LSU.
That's true.
LSU were frauds. Everyone thought they were going to be great, top 5 team preseason, this, that. They might end up losing 2 or 3 games.
I believe it.
They
I
might
believe
lose.
it.
I said
handful
this
of
And
on-
the
games.
SEC, without a doubt.
I said this on the morning show. Brian Kelly is just good enough not to get fired. I don't know. I'm being told he's elite, but that statement that just came out of your mouth right there would indicate he's not elite. They're going to lose 2-3 games.
I mean, are we saying that they're going to
Come
compete
on.
against Georgia?
I know it's
I
the
don't-
SEC,
I don't
but
think
Brian
so.
Kelly, come on, dude.
Did you guys all watch that game? Jordan Travis is a dog.
Yep.
I'm
I think
a
their
big
offense, their
Jordan
offense is so
Travis fan.
complete.
Oh yeah.
Their offense, he
Keon
has
Coleman.
tools. I can't remember the name of the receiver with the sleeves. He made a couple huge catches in the first half. He was very nice, and then their running back, Trey something. Can't remember
I don't know,
his
but
name.
Keon Coleman was one that I
Yeah,
dialed
Keon, I
into.
mean, obviously.
I'm gonna look on one of these breaks. I haven't looked actually. Now that we're talking about it, I would like to see what Keon Coleman's touchdown is. I'm guessing it's like minus 400, but for him to maybe to get another 2, he's the best wide receiver in the country. I cannot
Easy.
believe who.
Marvin Harrison
Oh, Marvin
Jr.
Harrison. I
Let's
mean,
fucking
Calm
down now.
Compare what they both did last week and who
Marv
played in the
got
bigger game.
No, we're not
Marv
doing
got
that. We're not
hurt.
doing
I'm
that.
doing that.
We're not
Marvin
doing
got
that.
hurt
early
We're
in
not
the
doing
game.
Skill-wise,
bro.
we
What
know
a-
Marvin Harrison's a better
No,
skilled
Keon-
wide receiver. He's a better wide receiver. But if we're going to talk about the whole season, who's going to put the better numbers up? I wouldn't be surprised if Keon Coleman has better stats than
I'll
Marvin
tell you
Harrison
this,
this
Booner,
year.
I would be shocked.
Listen,
Would you?
No, I would.
What did Marvin Harrison do last week versus Indiana?
Dude,
He got hurt
he
in
got
like the
hurt.
middle of
Booner.
the
But he
second
went back
quarter.
out and played.
Dude, you can't act like Travis Hunter at quarterback is not or
Better
not
than
Travis Hunter.
Kyle McCord, man. That too.
Okay,
the,
so
the,
let's
the quarterback situation's there. Everything.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you. He has a bad quarterback.
That's
He's
what
not
I'm
going to
gonna
put as
say.
much
I'm
numbers
saying,
up.
yeah, he might put up better numbers, but
That's all
do
I'm
not
saying.
go around saying that Keon Coleman is the best wide receiver in college football.
Numbers-wise, he's
Jordan
gonna
Travis,
end
not
up
Travis
being.
Hunter. What's up?
Numbers-wise, he will end up putting the most numbers up.
Okay, who cares?
Okay, that's
That's
fine.
what I'm- that's
but
my
No,
point
you
this
said
whole
he's the
time. I
you said
care.
he's the best wide receiver. As long as we get that.
I mean,
clear.
we
Yeah,
all
I mean,
obviously know if we're breaking down the game of football. I know I'm sitting here in a room full of ball knowers, and you guys do know balls. But
Hey.
what I'm
Whoa.
saying is,
Hold on.
I understand he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver off the board. He's the best wide receiver in the country, skill-wise.
Why are you going like this?
Because skill-wise, But when we're talking about statistics and who's going to put the better numbers up, I wouldn't be surprised to see Keon Coleman at Florida State.
I wouldn't either, but at the same time, like, he doesn't also have another first-round wide receiver in his offense either with Ibuka.
That's you're proving my point even more.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you can say that, but you're really not proving anything.
What's
that's just my.
You have two great wide receivers. One of them is in a better system to flourish with the situation around him.
Booner, what's the over/under on Keon Coleman, his receiving yards today?
I don't know that. I need to check that at the break.
Because you sound like you're about to hit the over. So
I want to see what his touchdowns is too. Real quick, we're gonna head to break. When we come back, now that we finally have Jeff here, we're gonna talk a little bit about the Block M playing UNLV today. Richmond, Michigan State. We're going to go over kind of that spread and see if there's any best bets. I don't know if I like the first half. I usually on the first half always for Michigan on these games. I don't know if I do. It might be a little juiced up today. So we're going to get back we're going to get into that when we get back, but we'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Winners, losers, pushes and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.
Have you ever argued with your little brother? How about some random guy you're stuck in a room with for an hour? Flannel Sam and Spencer Raxter are at each other's throats. One Spartan alumni and one Walmart Wolverine are locked in a room with nowhere to hide. You're welcome. Whether it's go blue or go green, you can go to woodwardsports.com for all the action. Coming soon to a device near you.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Bets with Booner, and we've got on the desk now the one, the only Hollywood signing autographs. He's coming over from an autograph signing this morning over at the hotel down the street.
No, actually, fun fact.
Yeah, Jeff Ifrady.
Michael Gentry's not here because he is signing autographs.
He was there. He was at the autograph signing as well.
I've never signed an autograph.
He's like his Ari.
I can't wait.
That's from Entourage. Gentry's Ari.
Gentry's Ari, and you're Vinny.
Yep.
What's up, Vinny? How are you doing today?
You're Turtle, of course.
Oh, I'm Turtle, yeah.
I hate that I haven't seen the show because I don't get the references.
It's not even like we're making fun. I mean, we kind of are, but it's just it's not even making fun. It's just realistic.
Oh yeah, I love Entourage. Is one of the best shows of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Not just from you though. I hear it from a lot.
When we were at the golf outing a couple weeks ago, Johnny
Victory!
Drive was there, yeah. And I just kept trying to.
Dude, every time.
We just kept missing him. Lucas didn't even see him once, and every time I tried to go walk up to say something, he was just like he was turning a corner or he was going to the golf cart. I was like, that's gonna be one of my biggest regrets in my life, not going to say.
Shout out Kevin James though. Shout out Kevin James.
Yeah.
Kevin James, yeah.
Dapped up Calvin, that was pretty cool.
Tom Izzo, shout out. There's a lot
Chris
of people
Wiseman,
there.
man, like.
Yeah, Jalen Rose,
Jalen
Parker,
Rose, Johnny Kane,
yeah.
A lot of people there. That was a great time. But all right, big game, big matchup for the Michigan Wolverines today.
Oh, stop it.
Massive matchup. Actually, Flannel Sam will be in attendance, so they better put out or they're going to hear a lot on Monday morning from Flannel Sam.
Hey, I want to say now that we're here, I was wrong.
About?
They aired it out last week.
JJ
was slinging it.
Yeah, you were laughing at me a lot.
I was laughing at you because at least from my perspective, talking about the game, I'm like, why? Run the damn football, destroy them by 35, and then get out of there like you stole something. And they did it a different way. Donovan Edwards didn't have the game, at least I thought, on the ground, but still. Overall, JJ looked damn good, man.
Roman Wilson
with the number one.
ECU was kind of flying around there, though, especially in the first or especially in the second half.
Seemed like they just stacked the box up, though.
Yeah, Blake Corum right back like he never left.
And let's be honest too. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people say, "Oh, they didn't run the ball like we wanted them to." I just think a lot of reasons why, when you look back at that game, was you could tell that they were like, "We're just going to try and pass the ball," and they just never got in that rhythm of running the game.
Yeah,
and running the ball. I think if you see like Michigan can kind of flip that switch, and they might today. Who knows? And we'll kind of get into that, but I think they can flip that switch, and if they want to run the ball, get in that rhythm, they will dominate.
I think it was partial matchups too. Like I think East Carolina has a better defensive line than they do secondary, so abuse that secondary, and JJ did just that. So
yeah, so let's get into it.
I'm not too worried about it.
UNLV versus Michigan at 3:30 today at the Big House. Michigan is 37.5-point favorite. Over under is 56.5. I don't know. Last week I know I gave you guys the first half spread, and it was 19.5 by the game time. It moved to 18.5, and that hit kind of with not ease, but pretty comfortably. We felt fine with that. This week it's at 22.5, the first half spread. So I kind of want to go around the room very first before we get into the game here, because we're going to get to Michigan State too. Initial thoughts on picks. Are you guys looking at the over/under? Are you taking a side with that 37? That's a big number there. Jeff, we'll start with you. Do you have a lean in this game at all?
This 38 is a lot. I'd probably be looking more at the over/under. Like 38 I'm looking at. It's 37, you said?
37, yep.
Jesus. Yeah.
37.5.
Even last week, I mean, we were like, hit it. Like, slam it.
Yeah,
Slam the over.
Hit
it. Michigan is going to cover, and neither of those happened. So, I don't know. 38's a little too much for me. At least I think
38's way too high.
Yeah, that's too much. I would say UNLV covers, but not like they're gonna win by 33. Like,
does it change? Does it change that the coaching situation today is Mike Hart first half, Jay Harbaugh second half? So maybe they're both of these coaches are going to try and run it up in both halves.
Do you think the way that the way that they call the game offensively changes?
No, it doesn't. I don't think it does, and I'll tell you why. Jim Harbaugh had an interview after last week's game, and he talked about how him and Sherrone Moore were watching the game, and they were like predicting the plays before they happened. Like, okay, this should be this. Now you should be doing this, and they were doing it. So I don't think it's like, hey, now that I'm coaching, things change. I think it's just the same philosophy. It really is. Like,
I'm interested.
Jim's out there calling plays from his couch. Like,
yeah, but like
they know what they're going to do.
Are they going to air it out again? Is my question.
It depends. I mean, let's check the numbers on UNLV.
Well, especially last week, like you would think, okay, we didn't get the ground game going, and Michigan obviously is going to be a team that has at least a presence on the game when it comes to the rushing attack, and they really didn't last week. So I feel like just as a state with the program that they're in the Big Ten, you need to establish something up front, and the guys have to feel that as well. Like the offensive linemen, the running backs, they need to feel like they have a presence, and they probably don't right now.
Right.
So they, in my opinion, they could probably have a get-right game. I'm not saying that's where you should be putting all your money at, but as far as the rushing attack, it has to step up a little bit today.
Yeah, and if you look at UNLV's secondary, they're probably right around the same level of difficulty as East Carolina. I mean, they give up over 230 yards a game.
Running Rebels, baby.
So, like, I mean, this is another just bad team. Like, it is what it is. You guys know how Michigan's schedule works. So, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm done saying they're not going to air it out. I mean, who knows? You're going to be picking on this team, essentially.
If I had to pick a bet for this, which I don't think I'm going to really – I'll bet on the game just for fun.
Donovan Edwards over for the rushing yards for me, man.
Maybe that's
He's got to have
a good
bounce back game, dude.
Maybe that's a good one. I think it's about 70-something, 77 maybe.
I
think Quorum's in the 80s. I might just take the over in this game, to be honest. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it being at 56.5, and I know last week it was only 30-3 or whatever the score was. I just think this week you kind of see more so of this Michigan offense. Like you said, they want to get things going a little bit. They only scored 30 points last week. They settled for some field goals, and I feel like this week's like a week where you look at other teams around the country that are top 10. Like, you want to kind of make a statement. This is kind of another statement game versus UNLV. Like, let's go put 40, 50 points up. UNLV might get a touchdown, and I think that 56 might hit there. Nick, what are you thinking?
Yeah, Booner, to question that a little bit is I know they got the last-minute field goal last game against ECU to break the shutout. I think that's one thing Michigan's defense might actually go for this game to make a statement, like you said, against one of these weaker opponents. That's why, personally, I kind of ride with the under.
Okay, I don't hate that.
You know what bet I like, sneaky bet I like on here? I just checked FanDuel, and you get these odds right now. Donovan Edwards, first touchdown score, plus 430. Plus
not a
430
bad
for
one.
D.
Yeah,
Edwards.
because-
Do you want to know why that's 430 though? It's just because Quorum's going to be the first back out there for that first
I don't
drive.
give a damn. He's plus 240.
So
you wanna get him.
you're basically counting on UNLV to get a stop or a JJ McCarthy passing touchdown. Lucas, what were you going to say?
I would say, but
Because it's carries or receives. Think about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's both.
Down-
imagine if
Who's catching if you're-
imagine they have Corum go out there and they just don't score in the first drive, and then it's like
I don't see them not. I wonder
they're-
if that's probably a bet that I might look at.
But
for the stream.
but it's first touchdown score. Doesn't mean how they get it. Like Donovan, he can catch a touchdown pass. He could run it in. He
Yeah.
could run for a touchdown.
You know what a
So,
good bet is?
I like it. 430.
UNLV, and Nick, you might like this. UNLV team total, and I'm gonna actually play this bet. This could be my bet for the game. UNLV team total under 9.5.
Love it.
Oh yeah,
Love it. I think they shut him out.
Yeah, they're not scoring more.
They either shut them out or they might get a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Then it'll just be like the scrubs that get a touchdown and it's the backup defense. I love that play. That might end up being when we do our best bets at the end of the show. I might throw
what's
that in
the
there.
odds for it?
Just even money. We're just looking at even money, minus 113 basically.
Hold on, Big Show Pick says Booner and Jeff, it's game day. Turn those hats around. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, turn it around. I've never gone backwards hat before.
There you
I
go.
don't even know how I look.
Oh
with
my
it.
God, you look like Turtle even more now.
I
No,
know.
you gotta keep it backwards, cuz. You gotta keep it there. You gotta keep it.
Hey, well, can we talk about? I don't know if you guys saw Sean Belishan calling me out for this
What
show.
happened?
Yeah, what happened with that?
He saw.
Dude, put it back.
I can't.
What
I can't take
happened? What did he
myself
call you out?
serious.
What happened?
So can we put up? Do you have the
Belishan?
ad for Woodward Bets? Can we look at that? It's me with the chain, the glasses.
What'd he say?
I feel like the people love the chain and the glasses. I love the
Yeah,
chain
no,
and the glasses.
I
I love
tell
it.
you
It's a
what he
great
said,
time.
bro. What did he
said
say?
I look like I'm like a wannabe, like
Ice.
I don't know, gangster that is from like Rochester or Bloomfield Hills or Birmingham or something.
I mean, that's not that's
that
he's
right
not
there.
far off. He's not far
I
off.
just look like I'm going to Las Vegas and I'm gonna win some people some money.
He said you look like you're in the Vanilla Ice era. Like you're
That's
from
just-
like,
That's
Hey.
fair. I guess that's not really going. He did say
Let him chirp.
he's probably a great guy.
It means
That's
you
what he
got
said
his
about me,
attention.
so yeah, no, I love it. I don't care. I love it. I hope the people love it. I love Sean, legend of the game, so I do respect.
By the way,
him.
Easy saying, "Ayo boys, we need UFC bets for tonight." I got a UFC bet.
You bring a couple. We'll have that at the end because I don't know anything about UFC. I'm still trying to get into this thing.
I'm not. I'm the guy who lost his parlay by 8 receiving yards. So, or
Yeah, but
7.
the Lions win.
Right there
Me
with you,
too.
Jeff.
The
Right
parlay,
there with you.
Yeah, I think, and even
Ridiculous.
in my best bet
Jameer
parlay,
Gibbs, 18 receiving yards. I had him at 25. That was
Same.
the alternate.
that was the final one of the 4 legs that I gave out of that parlay.
Dude,
was just that.
And this will probably be the only week that it doesn't hit.
Yeah. Well, did you? Oh, yeah, we want to get into that. We can talk
that was
about
a
in
rough
shows.
one, man.
Michigan State, though. Let's get into the Michigan State game, and then we'll go to break after that. Richmond versus Michigan State today at 3:30. The line is at 30. I think it's moved to 29.5, depending what book you're at, and it's kind of moved back and forth a little bit. Over under is 45.5. I have my play and my best bet for this game. I think I'm going to go Richmond plus 30 here. The over-under is at 45.5.
I looked
That's-
at you like you were crazy when you said it, but then I was thinking about it again. I was like, Michigan State. I know they picked it up in the second half, but that first half looked
They
brutal.
showed that they could be beat by it. I'm not saying it could be beat, but a team like this could stick with them a
Yep,
little bit,
exactly.
and then they can pull away. But for them to pull away to 30 points, I don't see it. I guess I don't know as much on this Richmond football team as I would like. But when you look at a line, guys, that's at 45.5, and I'm sure there's people in here in the chat. Jesse probably even knows it. Big Show Picks, 45.5, and the spread's 30. That it's
Richmond's quarter. I can't think of his name, but he's a mobile quarterback too. So that's a guy that can
Yeah,
keep.
it's Wickersham. His name. By the way, just give Kyle Wickersham. Get it right, Lucas.
Oh,
all right?
man, they got a
Put
new
some
quarterback
respect in
then.
Kyle.
They had, like,
Wickersham's name,
yeah,
dude.
put some respect.
They
on
just
his
lost.
name.
They just lost last week. By the way, to the Morgan State Bears. Okay,
Oh, that's
What was the
brutal.
score?
17-10.
Oh, they
They hung in there. See, they stick around.
stick around. Morgan State,
And
Michigan
by the way,
State.
Wickersham was 23 of 30, $169 and a pick. So I don't want to hear it.
I don't know.
Wickersham.
I think the 30.
No excuses.
I'll take the 30 with that. I
Yeah.
don't. A team like Michigan State, they're probably going to be at the closer to the bottom.
Yeah,
of the
look at
Big Ten.
Jesse. Richmond's replacing everyone on offense, dude. I don't want to hear. Yeah,
Jesse, I would love to know your pick here. I know
Michigan.
you're our Michigan State stan, and I'm a Michigan guy, so I mean,
You What'd you say to me when I said 5.5? I hit the over. I said hit the over on the wins for Michigan State. You told me I was
I
crazy.
said it's going to hit 5. I said they're going to hit 5 wins. And we went over the schedule, and 5 and 6 is like it could go either way. That Maryland game that they play.
Okay.
That Maryland game, I believe, was the one that, and it was me, Flannel Sam, and you. I think that we were sitting there and went over it. That Maryland game is the one that's going to be the decider of it goes over or under, in my opinion.
Jeff, what are you wearing on your feet right now?
The best shoes on planet Earth.
They're not even in sports mode right now, man.
Yeah, man, put them in sports mode. We're on a show.
What if
We're on
you're
a
gonna
gambling
wear
show.
Crocs?
We're trying to make
Crocs
some money
on,
for the
dude.
people.
Crocs are goated. They just
Okay, so
are.
Jesse here, this is a good too. This actually makes me feel more comfortable taking Richmond plus 30 because Jesse is Jesse knows his college football a ton. I know he watches a lot of college football content, and 2, he's a Michigan State guy, so he did say I would take MSU first half, but not the full game.
Yep.
I agree with that. Then I like that because I do think 30 points is a lot for a team
It's
like
just
Michigan State.
Michigan State isn't an offensive powerhouse by any means. Like, we can't go out there acting like they're going to be laying eggs on people
No.
all season.
Yeah,
So,
so
I think until you're proven otherwise, Booner, that is a safe bet.
is there anything else in this game that you guys are like betting wise or even just kind of looking for in this game
What's
today?
rushing line looking like? I can't think of MSU's running back off the top of my head.
Oh, I'm not touching Burger again.
Carter.
No.
MSU
Carter.
Nathan Carter.
Nathan Carter.
Nathan Carter,
Burger
yeah.
was a disaster last week.
Yeah,
for
Yeah,
us.
Nathan
you're
Carter.
not lying there. You got
Who
an
actually I
end
kind of
zone,
like. I do. I like Nathan Carter.
Nathan Carter, that's what I'm saying. He looked explosive. He looked like a guy
Yeah.
that could pick up 4 or 5 yards per carry. Especially, I don't know what Richmond's interior defense is looking like, but it can't be that good. It's Richmond.
Do you have that line?
I'm looking right now.
I don't
might not
mind.
They don't have it because on FanDuel just because of the game, kind of a 30-point dog. They usually don't have player props. But
All I know, the one that I would stay away from, the tight end with the dreads. I can't think of his name either. Whatever
Carr.
his reception line is, fade it. That man could not catch a cold besides that touchdown last week. I'm not a Michigan State fan, and I was getting pissed off watching that. He doesn't even have gloves on. I get he was athletic, but it's to the point where it's like, you have Antonio Gates Jr. sitting behind him. Let him fly.
Yeah.
When you have this guy just and then he redeemed himself at the end there with the touchdown grab. But my God.
all right, we're kind of good there. Did anyone want to give out their picks for that Michigan State game? Let's go around the room real quick, actually. Let's take a side here. I'm going Michigan State plus 30, or Richmond plus 30. We'll start with you, Nick. Come back to Jeff. What do
I
you
like State to cover, and I actually like the under in the game because I don't think Richmond's going to score a lot, and State has to hold their own on defense to like really, because I don't think their offense is elite. But I think that's why I like the under.
Nick's the guy that's like, I love taking the overs, but this man takes every under. I love it. You probably will. I mean, we win money on unders as well. Lucas, what do you like in this game?
I'm with you, Boone.
We're going-
I don't think Michigan State's covering.
Richmond plus 30?
Yep.
Let's go.
I'm with you on that.
Parker?
That's a hot take. But I'm on the same boat as Nick. I mean, I don't see them getting over 44.5 points.
All right, so
I don't.
you're under on that.
Yeah, I'm under on that.
Jeff Freddie Hollywood?
Yeah, that
Juicy.
spread's too much, man.
Richmond?
Yeah, dude, favored by 30. Like,
Rich who? You guys know that?
I don't. I could see a similar play, a kind of result like you saw last week against Central. But 30, man, that's a lot. I think it's a little closer. I'll go with MSU, but I think Richmond
wow.
covers. Yeah.
Oh, you think they cover? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I'll
he's
go
got
with MSU, but I think
plus
Richmond
30
covers.
basically around the room besides Nick and Parker.
Like 30's a lot, dude. Like
It's a lot.
if
of fun,
Michigan State wins by 30 today,
especially for a team that's not
we'll talk
like,
about MSU. That's
Yeah.
I know it's Richmond, but still, like you said, not a team that we expect to go out and score 40, but we'll see.
Let's we're gonna go to break real quick. When we do come back, we're gonna do college football, a little pick 'em around the room. We've got about 5 or 6 games here. I do not have the records from last week, but we will get those, and we'll get a graphic made up, and we'll start getting the records out there for this pick 'em.
Yes,
Because
sir.
the loser will have to. We'll find a punishment for the loser.
We'll do something.
Maybe Lucas will have to wear Ohio State or Michigan gear. We'll have to wear like a rival. I don't know. That's what we're doing
No,
on
it's,
fantasy
we
football.
won't do. We'll do something like. We'll think of an actual.
Yeah,
punishment.
we'll do something good.
Put
But
on a
we'll
goddamn shirt.
we'll figure something out. We'll be right back though, and when we come back, college football pick 'em.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Welcome back. Happy Saturday, college football. We are back, baby. Look at this. College football's back.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Boner's bleeding blue today, baby.
I am. You know what's crazy though about, and I love doing. I'm gonna do this betting show every single Saturday for you guys, for an hour. Maybe we'll go a little longer some Saturdays. We'll figure something out. But doing this show and these streams, I kind of hit the realization that I won't be able to go to Ann Arbor this year and go to the big house at all.
Why?
Just doing, we have college football streams, we have things going on, so it's a little bittersweet. I would love to Ann Arbor.
You're leading the charge for him, though.
I am. I would rather be doing this, but I don't know if anyone's, even like I'm sure like Michigan State fans or just any college football fans, just going to campus on a Saturday morning when your team's about to play and well, you can go have some beers, go get some breakfast, get some lunch, go grill out, tailgate.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
It's one of the best things in life. A lot of things don't, basically everything I'm happy with in life. I'm not a picky person.
Now,
but
I got to bring this up too. Funny story. My, actually my mom called me this morning. Said, hey, I got these random free tickets to the MSU and Richmond game. Would you like to go? I said, no. I don't want to go. Free tickets.
MSU. If it was Michigan,
free tickets.
Would you have gone for UNLV Michigan?
No.
Really?
I mean,
you wouldn't even know what you
maybe.
Oh my.
Maybe Michigan versus UNLV, but still, and I want people to understand that. Like, no. I was like, I'm good. Give it to somebody who needs it, who'd like to go. Like, that's not. I'm not like, oh my God, are you kidding? MSU versus Richmond?
Noah Kim?
Noah Kim? Are you kidding? Nathan Carter? Are you joking me? No, I said no to those tickets, but still,
that's fair.
But you can't deny though, going out there, college for any college football game, essentially, man, it's amazing.
It's great. Let's get into the pick'em here. We've got about 20-30 minutes left of the show here, and if you haven't yet, I know we've got about 150 people watching. If you guys can hit the like, that would be awesome. It helps push this out. It helps push Woodward Sports out. It helps them look at this show and say, hey,
Booner's doing a
damn good job. So if you guys can hit the like button for me, if we can get to like 150 likes by the end of the stream, they might let me keep doing my job, which would be awesome if you guys like to see this beautiful face. But college football pick'em, baby. Let's start it off here. Number 10, Notre Dame versus NC State. This is a good game here. I've moved back and forth on this game here. I don't know who to take, but Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite. I think it might move to 7.5, depending on what sportsbook you're at. Over under 49.5. Everyone, we're gonna go around the room here. Notre Dame, what's your pick in this game? What side are you taking? Not money line. We're going spread or over and under.
Well, the spread. Give me Give me Notre Dame. I think they cover. What is it, -7? I'm looking at. Is it the same line you're looking at? Yeah, -7. I think they cover. I think they can win by at least 7 points. Give me Notre Dame, and they cover. That's
I'm
my
rolling
pick.
with the 2. I think Sam Hartman's the best thing that Notre Dame's had in a while.
Yeah.
In a while. So I think he's going to hold him in the game too. And you brought it up earlier, but he's already played in the ACC against NC State.
Yeah, dude, Sam Hartman can sling it.
That's the kind of worry that I have in this game too, is that he has played at NC State, and then Nick before the show here, and Nick, I'll let you tell this stat too, is that he's struggled a little bit at NC State, and that's kind of my worry is all the sharp bettors, all the people with high money in Vegas right now are putting their money on NC State because they think NC State can keep this game close, make it a game at home. Sam Hartman, they don't know what to expect, but that number is low because I don't know how good this NC State team actually is.
And do you that to the other point, do you think just the program in general compared to where he was before, like Notre Dame, it's an upper echelon program, you know what I mean? Like,
it is.
He's
about time,
surrounded probably by better talent.
But
It's
the
about time, though.
Wolfpack, dude, NC State, they're not like scrubs. What do you?
no,
Nick,
by
what
no
do you
Yeah.
means,
think
by
on
no means.
They're a scrappy team. They're home dogs, and I don't like that it's over a touchdown. I think 7 you said now, or 7.5.
this? Yeah, I'm gonna pull.
I'm
some
gonna
back lines
ride
here.
with NC State, and I think the stat was somebody brought it up in chat earlier in the college football show. I think he has the same amount of touchdowns and interceptions while playing NC State. So he's struggled there, and if it's home dog, I'm riding with NC State on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go NC State. I told Lucas before I was gonna go Notre Dame earlier when he first walked in the room this morning. I think I'm switching to NC State. Once I see that sharp money on them, it's hard for me to be like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it, especially if it makes sense. Parker, what do you like on this?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think Notre Dame beats this. So I think it's going to be over 49.5. I think Notre Dame's going to kind of steamroll North Carolina. I said that on Love of College Football, but I think that's going to be a good game to bet for Notre Dame.
I love it. Next game here that we have, betting wise, Texas A&M, number 23, Texas A&M at Miami of Florida.
Yeah, this spread's kind of
3 points.
a
Over
tight
under
one.
51.5. What do you, Lucas? I'll start with you here.
I think the U covers, man.
Really?
I might even.
They might win the game outright.
That's what I'm debating on right
This
now.
is a great football game.
Yeah,
People-
this
people
is
don't
one of
know.
those that I was talking about earlier, where it's like two very competitive programs that aren't upper echelon teams. They recruit well sometimes, but it's just like they're never like natty favorites or anything like
They
that.
still
But
have
I
five
might
stars,
take
both
Miami
sides.
money line.
Yeah, I'm money line. Well, I'm gonna go Miami plus 3.5 with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go plus 3.5 Miami here.
But if you're taking
At
that,
home. Yeah, but it could be a
if
field
you're talking
goal
about a
game.
field goal here,
Yeah, well, this is a game that where the winner probably kicks a field goal to win the game.
and that's
at
what I'm
the
saying.
end.
So like might as well just take the odds with the money line too.
I don't know. Money line. Where are you going, Nick? What do you like?
Battle of the NIL here that like doesn't get results, but I'm riding with A&M. I think they just have more talent going on the road. I like A&M to cover in this game with that D line.
This smells like Miami keeping it close.
It does, doesn't
I'm
it? At
with you,
home?
Boone. I'm with you at home. I like Cristobal too. I mean, this is like Jimbo v Mario. Yeah, give me Miami to cover. But I do think. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with you, Boone. I'm gonna roll with you.
All right.
I think Miami keeps it close.
Parker, where you at with this? What side are you
I'm
taking?
on the same side as Jeff. I think Miami's going to cover this. I think there's a chance that they can go under 51 points, though. I think those are two bad teams, so we could see a lot of bad football. So I think under would not be a bad idea.
Don't hate that. Next game here. This is a game I love as well. I love this football team. It's one of my favorite teams in the country year after the last 2 or 3 years. But number 12, Utah.
Oh, Utah.
7-point favorites at Baylor, who I think a little iffy this year. Baylor, I think they could be a
This is lock of the day for me.
over
coming
under
up here.
45.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
this might
dude,
be, and we'll get into
Baylor's-
best bets at the end because this might be my best bet. I haven't decided yet. I'll hit you guys with that at the end. Let's go around the room here, though. Jeff.
Yeah, give me Utah. Baylor gave up almost 450 yards of offense last week. Like, dude, this ain't the same Baylor your dad remembers. So I'm rolling with Utah. I think. What's the spread? That's the one
think
thing.
seven-
7.5
7.5
right now.
On the road, wow.
It's tough too because
Yeah,
Baylor
I
did
mean,
just lose to Texas State, to where it's like a bounce back game. To where Baylor at home, they're
Yeah,
like,
but
hey, we need to bring the
I
juice.
don't care.
Yeah, I like Utah, man.
I don't think
I know
Utah's
they're
bad.
favored by 7. I would say. I don't know if I want to.
Hey,
Part
so-
of me wants to say Baylor covers, but Utah wins.
No,
but
they're the lock of the day. Utah covers. There's
Soft Jones in the chat. I'm getting nervous. Everyone keeps agreeing with everyone. Everyone's agreeing with everyone
no,
here.
we split it.
No,
we had,
this-
we had,
this-
me and Booner had the Richmond covering. But
this,
I mean,
this
we-
one's tricky though. You know what? F it. Utah wins and they cover.
I love
Give me
it.
Utah.
Parker.
Utah's covering. The Baylor's terrible.
Give me the Utes.
Let's go. I'm going to save mine because my best bet is in that game later. So
Let's
I'll
go.
save mine. One of my best bets. I have 2 today. Ole Miss, number 20 Ole Miss at number 24 Tulane. I believe that line's moved to 8.5 now. Nick just told us on the last break. Over under 64.5. I am going to take here. I'm going to go Tulane in this one at home plus 8.5. Just kind of that home, and I know Ole Miss just dominated last week. I think they won by 60 points, 50. They
Yeah.
dominated last week. But in Tulane, they kind of
Jackson Dart too is pretty nice, dude.
He is. But Tulane, I mean, them being ranked this year, I don't think they had like a crazy game last week. I think they keep it close at home. Tulane's going to be absolutely buzzing today, having Ole Miss coming in and
Yeah,
playing
that's
in
facts.
Tulane. That place is going to be electric. To get 8.5 points, I have to take that. I have to take it.
No, you don't.
No,
I don't know.
You
I
don't have to take
I have to take
You really
that.
don't have to take
I
it.
have-
Booner's just
I
thinking
have to
about what it
take
would be like if he was in the stadium and what the impact
He's
he
like, I
would
have
have
to
on the
take it.
game. Yeah.
The worst part is a gambler to me is like, and I know like my biggest bets are like, you know, the sharp lines. Like I want to make sure I'm getting my best bets in.
Look at this, Jesse.
Smart.
Tulane starter QB is a game time decision though.
Oh no.
And he was the whole offense last week. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Even before I really knew that though, I'm rolling with Ole Miss here.
Oh no.
The cover, even on the road, the spread's -8. I think they can do it. I'm
Booner-
staying away
Booner's
from
getting
the.
second thought.
I'm
Booner's
staying-
got a panic.
I am staying away from the over/under though. I'm just going Ole Miss to win and cover.
All right, can I make my decision for the pick'em for our record on the year here? If that quarterback plays, I'll take Tulane plus 8.5. If he does not play, I'll take Ole Miss. So we'll just go back
Okay.
to that, and then when I do the records, we'll do that. And Jesse said here I would live bet that one. Yeah, I might actually do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Jesse. I think.
I don't know shit about Tulane, man. All I know is Ole Miss probably recruits a hell of a lot more better than them. Probably has more experience than them. I get there on the road, but I'll take Ole Miss to cover for sure. Just off that, especially if the Tulane's quarterback's a game time decision. I'll take it. I'll take it with ease.
Other boys?
Riding with Tulane plus 8.5. We're just going blindly in it. Why is the spread so low if Ole Miss is so good? I'm riding with Tulane. If it looks funky, something's funky.
That's fair.
Parker?
Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss?
Give me Ole Miss.
All right, we've got a little split room here. I'm probably still going to stay with Tulane unless something drastic happens and that quarterback ends
Yeah,
up
unless
not
they're starting
playing.
quarterbacks out. I mean, it's a big one.
That is huge. All right, last 2 games here.
Talk to me, Boone.
Huge games. Not huge, but
What do we got?
we've got Nebraska at number 22, newly 22 Colorado. This is the one where everyone's like, oh, why are we riding Colorado? Colorado's a 2.5-point favorite, which is very, very sketchy to me that they're only 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous.
Well,
the
here's
over-under is 57.5.
My concern isn't like with skill position players. Colorado has guys.
Yeah.
My concern is their defense. Specifically, I mean, they gave up, guys, 541 yards last week of offense.
So-
Like, it was a shootout, so their way to win, we already know their way to win.
Yeah.
Nebraska's got a decent defense. Like,
Do you think that goes over then?
this one's tricky. This one's tricky. And I know Colorado's now going to get some respect, but I think this might be a game they could drop, if I'm being real with you.
Wow.
Coming off last week, the emotional win, it was big time. I know this one's at home. This one's at Colorado. And if you didn't see Dion, did you see Prime's speech to his team? He's like, you gonna let a man come into your home and whoop your ass? And they're all like, no.
This team's gonna be ready to
They're
play.
going to be ready to play.
And Jeff Sims looked. I know Minnesota has a great defense, but Jeff Sims looked brutal last week for Nebraska. I know Matt Rule's there, so if we're gonna rely on the offenses to be there, that's fine. But I still have more confidence in Colorado And I have more confidence in Deion coaching right now than Matt Rule. I get that Matt Rule has rebuilt programs, but he's never going year one and taking a team to the top like that.
This is tough for me.
Deion's already kind of proven that he could do that.
I'm gonna go.
I would go the over if anything.
I'm a Colorado simp, but I don't. This one's tough.
All right, I'll break the ice here. No one wants to pick a side. Give me Colorado and Coach Prime -2.5. I don't care where the spread is. I don't care how fishy it is. I think at home we saw how he had these boys buzzing last week. Whether they give up 50 points, they're going to put up 50 points. They're going to be out there and they're going to compete and they're going to try and win this game here. Nebraska, to me, is probably worse than TCU.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
like,
if they're
especially
at home,
offensively,
now it could be
Better defense than TCU.
Yes,
Defense,
defense, but if we're talking
offensive.
about overall team, I would probably take TCU. If Nebraska and TCU played, I'm probably taking TCU. Vegas probably puts TCU as favorites. So I'm taking Colorado today, back at home, versus worst football team in my opinion. Could be wrong, I don't know, but I think it's a worse team. I'm taking Colorado -2.5. It is a fishy line, yes, very fishy, but this, to me, this line should be a 6.5 point line.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there at 2.5. You're
at
getting a
home,
steal.
too.
Usually
Yeah,
Vegas doesn't give you one. They might be thinking something with all these different algorithms they have. I think that the 2.5 hits, and I think don't. This is a game you just don't overthink.
I'm gonna be honest too.
Take prime.
The over under is 56.5. I'm looking at. I don't know if it's the same one you're looking at, but I think it goes under. I don't know if it's another high scoring game.
It might not be.
But I could see Colorado getting it done. You know what, Booner, F it. Colorado covers.
Are we Colorado?
Let's
all the way
go.
around?
That campus is going to be absolutely
be
buzzing after the big win. Colorado covers -2.5, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
What are you at?
We're rolling with
Colorado?
Colorado.
Give
The
me my theme
Buffaloes.
music.
All right, Colorado all around. All right.
Give me my theme music.
Before we go to break here, let's talk about this last game, biggest game of the day. Texas, number 11 Texas at number 3 Alabama. Texas are 7-point underdogs. 7-point underdogs. I don't know if when we go around the room here, I'll check and see if it moved. But the over/under 64.5. Jeff, who are you taking in this game?
Let me go last. Let me go
Parker,
last.
who are you taking in this game?
You
me
said
go last.
Kansas? Who did you say? I didn't.
Texas, Alabama.
Texas, Alabama. Oh, I'm taking.
Kansas played
I'm
last
taking
night.
Alabama.
Because this one, this is to me is my favorite game to watch today.
This is the best game
Oh,
of the
This
year.
yeah.
Quinn Ewers. Remember last year? If Ewers didn't go down, man, like
They win that game, but they're at home.
Dude,
That was the
but
difference. too.
here's the thing: is what Quinn Ewers are we getting? Like if he comes out and looks like that Quinn Ewers, this game's gonna be neck and neck, dude.
Lucas.
I'm all in on Bama. In my
Wow.
opinion,
Bama.
I still think Nick Saban can coach his ass off, obviously. But I said it earlier, Jalen Milroe, I think he's legit.
Have to
After
see more
watching-
out of him.
He's
He's good.
6'2", 220. When has Alabama just had an absolute bum at quarterback? Never.
I don't know
AJ
why we're acting like though Jalen Milroe just went out and threw for 500 yards.
No,
and ran
but
for
we're
150 yards.
dude,
not. But
I get what you guys are saying,
I saw
but-
the size that he has. Nick Saban's never had a quarterback that's that big and that athletic. His attempts to completions were money, and he killed him on the ground. And I think when you have Alabama players around you, you're gonna have success. I think Alabama's the best team in the country right now. I really don't.
You know,
No,
you know what's funny?
yeah.
Booner's going to simp over Keon Coleman because he has 3 TDs in a game, which is impressive, by the way. But Jalen Milroe has 5 combined, and he's like,
Jalen Milroe
plays at
is going to be.
Bama?
I think Jalen
Get outta
Milroe
here,
as
man.
as
Get out of here!
as-
This is exactly what happens with Bama and guys like this all the time. It's he plays one game and we're all going to start simping
no,
over
but
him.
here's the
Not
thing.
simping,
People
you're
are
He's
saying
a Bama quarterback with the best
Dude,
weapons in the
do
country,
you
the
not-
best offensive line,
do you
one
not
of the
act-
best defenses. Like, what are we talking about
We're-
here?
we're-
I
and
want
people-
to see this man tonight, and I'm challenging him. I want to see him tonight go out and show us what
You
he can
really
do.
think
He
Steve
played
Sark-
Middle
You
Tennessee, brother.
You really think
Middle
Steve
Tennessee!
Sarkisian is going to outcoach Nick Saban? No.
He did last
and
year.
There's been so many people.
No, shut up. He did last year.
You really think he's going to do it twice?
Yes, he
When
did
you
last
hear
year.
when you
Well-
have people just saying that Georgia's the new Bama,
You know what?
Georgia's the new Bama. No, Nick Saban is.
guys-
This is gonna be Nick Saban, in my opinion. I think this is a season where he reminds everybody Bama is not going fucking anywhere.
All right,
and
no,
I'm
we'll see,
actually, I'm
'cause
with
tonight-
Lucas there.
all right,
But also,
take Bama.
Hold on, I'll get there.
I'm
Booner.
taking Bama with confidence.
Hold on.
All right, go
with
ahead.
confidence,
Go ahead.
Booner.
Hold on, but
with confidence.
There's also the part of this where you don't think Nick Saban and Steve Sarkisian bit last week they didn't show a damn thing offensively.
So then why are we going to sit here and say Jalen Milroe off last week's games?
Because off of vanilla offense, he looked pretty good.
Because you just said it. You just said it. You said Bama with the best playmakers, the best offensive line, the best defense, and now you have a 6'2" quarterback that's 220. Nick Saban is going to do his fucking thing with him. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what?
No. And by the way,
wait.
Hold on. Let me say one thing, and I'll give my pick, okay? I'm going Alabama wins, but Texas covers. That's what I think is going to happen. Now,
so you have +7. Thank you.
Yes,
You're with me.
Yes, I'm with you. You have Alabama winning.
No. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Say it.
Let me
say
talk.
Texas wins right now.
No, I'm not saying Texas wins, but I'm taking +7. Texas +7. That covers easily. They're easy. I'm sorry, Vincent. He said so angry. I'm sorry. It's football. College football's back, baby. Let's go. We're back. College football, baby. Real quick, we're gonna get into our best bets here. We're gonna take just a quick break. We have one more break to get in that we just went over from that, and we'll come right back, and we're gonna get into our best bets here, and we're gonna end the stream here. So let's go to a quick break.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Welcome back, everybody, to Woodward Bets. My name is Booner Bets. I don't lose, even though I went 1-2 last week, but we will bounce back here with our best bets. We've got about 5. We'll go 5 to 10 minutes. If real quick, I love you all and all the listeners, everyone in the chat here. If you guys, we got 140 people listening. If everyone could smack the like button real quick for us, let's get to 100 likes, but before the stream ends here. Let's everyone just take a minute. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. If you don't hit the like button, you probably won't win all your bets today. So if you hit the like button, all of your bets will hit and your dreams will come true. So make sure you hit that like button. Yes, I just jinxed all of you to make sure you do that. Because if you don't, your bets won't hit. But we're going to go around the room real quick here. Let's do it a little quicker here, and then I'll give my best bets. I have 3 here today that I think I'm going to give you guys. Hopefully that at least goes 2-1, which we will smack these best bets today. I'm going 3-0. We don't lose. Jeff, do you already have your best bets ready, or should I start somewhere else here?
I'm rolling with what I said earlier. I think first down, if you just want good odds, plus 430, first touchdown scorer, Donovan Edwards.
That's your best.
Because again, it could translate. He can either catch a touchdown or run for a touchdown. Either way, it's plus 430. I like those odds. And he will have a bounce back week this week. So give me that one.
Come back to me.
Plus 430 for Donovan Edwards.
Lucas, let's hear your best bets. And here we go,
Hefe just got me a free coffee. I'm going to smoke a little Dispo, and I'm going to be celebrating this Texas Bama over. I'm going with the over for sure.
What is that at?
I believe it's 53.5. There's no way that there's just these offenses are both just too powerful, both sides. This game's going over. I have no doubt about it. Two talented quarterbacks, 2 what could be potentially Heisman candidates at quarterback. This game's going to go over. They're going to be making plays all day. I think this game is going to be phenomenal. And I think Bama lock of the day too. If you want to lay it in there, a little parlay, Bama money line.
And by the way, another bet I like too, Loveland. His over under right now is 30.
Bama money line -500. Look at this guy going out on a limb.
Yeah, so that's really not worth touching. But
what money line? What are you talking about?
I'm just joking.
About Lucas?
Yeah.
I would say Loveland's receiving prop is 36.5.
Oh, I like that. I love that.
That's my. I'll just throw that in. Sorry,
You guys can have multiple best bets here, boys.
That's the two I'm riding with.
I've got one that I love, but I've got 2 other ones that I'm going to throw out just
I'm just saying it for the love of the game at this point.
For the love of the game.
Every time, Braylon Allen over. Just keep hitting it. Braylon Allen, put any bet that you want on him. He's going to make sure it comes true. Braylon Allen, the dog.
Nick?
I love.
Let's hit him.
This is the first one. I love the under 56.5 in the Michigan game. I don't think UNLV scores a single point, and I think Michigan's going to get this offense back on track in the run game. It's going to eat up the clock with the clock ticking, and Michigan, UNLV under 56.5 is my lock.
I love it.
So you're next, right?
I am.
Well, let's regroup here. So we got first touchdown score, Donovan Edwards, plus 430. I like those odds a lot. The other one I'm going over on Loveland's receiving props, 36.5. Those are mine. You're going over.
Over on Texas Bama.
Yep.
I'm just rubbing it even more. Just take Bama with the money line if you want to.
Confidence.
For the love of the game.
Love the confidence.
For the love of game 2, Braylon Allen over rushing yards.
And then Nick's rolling with the under.
Under 56.5.
There you go.
Under. Parker, did you have one?
I do. How do you pronounce his last name? Rome from Washington, the wide receiver. Do you know who I'm talking about?
You said I'm sorry, I can't.
His name. I can't. I don't want to butcher his last name, but I think he's gonna have It's like Rome. Someone in the chat help me.
Rome. What's the bet though?
Anytime touchdown.
Anytime touchdown. All right. You heard it first there. And then Lucas had the Bama. Lucas went Bama all across the board here.
I am, man. I might.
He's just saving.
I might be a Bama sweetheart this year. I'm not even gonna lie. Ohio State. I'm sorry. I'm not sold on them. I don't think this is their year. They're gonna be like a 8-9 win team.
It took you one game of Kyle McCord and you're already out.
Yeah, it's just more so the Ryan Day culture.
It took one game versus Middle Tennessee for him to be in all in on
That's
Jalen
all.
Hurts.
Well, it's more so when you add in Ryan Day. Like, yes, I could not stand C.J. Stroud. Never will be able to, but I can't stand Ryan Day just as much. And just the culture of this program, you can tell like. It just is off. Like, Ohio State is just off in little ways right now.
I'm telling you. What did I text you a week before the season started?
You text me like
Don't
5 texts in a matter of 30 seconds, Booner.
That is true.
That is how I
Booner does
text.
that.
I'm the texter that I will send 15 straight texts, and instead of doing like, I just don't like the one big paragraph text. I'll send 15 straight like boom, 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 boom. What's up, Parker?
It's Romo Dunes. I think that's how you pronounce
I think
his
you
last
hit that
name.
right on the
Here's what Ohio State needs to do. They need to make Brian Hartline their head coach.
All right.
They will
Ohio
be able to
State talk.
recruit every skill player across the country with Brian Hartline as their head coach. Letting you know right now.
Yeah, Jesse, wild take by Lucas. Yeah, all right, I'm going to give you guys my best bets here for the day. These are locks. We're not going to lose. My 2 favorite best bets for the day. Number 1, we're going to roll with NC State plus 7.5 versus Notre Dame. We talked about it already earlier. Sam Hartman already struggles at NC State. Playing in the ACC, we already know what that is. I think getting a touchdown at home, everyone's going to be on Notre Dame. The Sharps, NC State. We're going plus 7.5. And you know what? I just made an executive decision. UNLV team total under 9.5 today. Even money, we're taking that under. They score maybe 1 touchdown, maybe a field goal today. We're going under 9.5. That's going to be my other one. And if you want a couple sprinkle plays here, these aren't my best bets. This is just like what I will be on today, and I will post my card on Twitter as soon as we get off the show here at Booner Sports. You will be able to go see that, my full card. The other play here I'm going to have will be California, Cal plus 6 versus Auburn. Mm-hmm. And then I do have 2 player props that I'll be rolling with today. Shador Sanders over 304 passing yards. I do get this defense in Nebraska, but whether Colorado's losing or they're up, it's going to be a close game. And they're going to pass the ball. That's going to be his thing.
I just want to sprinkle in one UFC bet, okay? Because it's something I believe in.
All right.
I just checked some of the odds for some of the fights. And the Izzy one's not even really worth it. If you're going to bet on that fight, you're betting on like what round he wins or by how he wins, submission or knockout. But I'm staying away from the main fight. I'll go to Bam Bam though, Tai Tuivasa. He's plus 200 against Volkov. I like that. If you want to slap a couple bones on a fight, take the plus 200. Tai Tuivasa. You don't have to have a method of victory. Just straight up to win. Plus 200. I like that bet a lot.
Bam Bam.
Yeah,
Bam Bam.
It's plus 200 right now on FanDuel.
I'm on it.
So that's a good one. And there's Jesse. He's going with Izzy and under 3.5 rounds is plus 110. So you have to get in on the, how they win or at what time amount, what time frame they win. But I'm rolling with Bam Bam, Jesse, and Jesse is too. So let's roll.
What do you expect out of Bo Nix tonight, Booner?
Bo Nix.
I really don't care about Bo Nix, to be honest.
Yeah, I just wanted that.
I mean, I know.
Can we get a breakdown of Bo Nix film?
He put up 81 last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all right, whatever. Like,
But-
who do they play?
Texas Tech, I think.
I don't
Oregon
think
does play Texas Tech.
they played Texas Tech. I'm saying, who did they play last week when they played?
Yeah, but 81 still.
They're playing in Lubbock too. I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
Ole Miss
Yeah.
put up like
That's-
Well, I'm
77.
asking. I'm not saying he's gonna do good. I'm
No,
genuinely
I
asking.
think Oregon probably wins the game, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, I mean, he has to show up and actually like compete. It's not like just because they won by 60 last week, they're playing in Lubbock, Texas. I know Texas Tech, I'm pretty sure it lost last week, but like
They get rowdy.
Texas, at
it's a
Texas
night
Tech,
game?
that's a tough spot to play.
Yeah, it is.
That's a Big 12 place. That's tough. So that'll be it though. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure, I think as of right now, we're gonna have a live stream at 3:30. Correct, Lucas, for Michigan and the Michigan State game. We're going to have that rolling here. We're going to have some people here for that. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you place all your bets in. Go to my Twitter. You'll be able to see all of my plays for today. Best bet is going to start off right away. NC State plus 7.5 versus Notre Dame. UNLV team total under 9.5. And we do not lose here. We're going 2-0 today. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys all tuning in.
Deuces.
Winners, losers, pushes and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.